Okay, so the news has it that the Gex trilogy from the 90s is getting a remake and it's going to be re-released for the PlayStation 5, Xbox Series X, PC, PlayStation 4 and Nintendo Switch. And that's something that a lot of people didn't expect and I'm not exactly sure how many people are going to be interested in it aside from hardcore fans of the series back in the day. I feel like Gex Trilogy is just good in terms of like nostalgia and maybe I don't know. There's like a group of casuals from this generation of gaming who might find this mildly interesting because platform games are not, or just the platform genre in general is not as popular as it once was. And if you look at some of the older Gex games, like the first one, it was a 2D platformer with 3D sprites, and if you look back at it now, it didn't age too gracefully. You look at well I mean I feel like a lot of games from the 90s in terms of visuals didn't age too gracefully because we live in a different time. Technology is more advanced, yada yada yada. And but the Gex games from '95 to '99, um, they were actually pretty decent for its time, And I do feel that Gex 2 and Gex 3 look more like, or at least to me, it resembled Spyro the Dragon or Crash Bandicoot in terms of how it looks and all that stuff. And Spyro and Crash Bandicoot was obviously way more popular than Gex was back in the day, which is probably why the the series didn't continue as long as it could have. But I think back in the day, Crystal Dynamics was the developer of the Gex series, and I guess since then, like the '90s, they no longer they no longer have the license to the series, or they eventually lost the license to the series because if you look at the report, Limited Run Games is the one that's going to be doing the remake for the Gex trilogy, and I do feel that. Like depending on how well it does from a commercial like sales standpoint, if it breaks over 1 million or 2 million or something like that, then maybe they can move on to Gex 4 sometime in the future. But I wouldn't necessarily count on it because nowadays the preference for video games is just RPG, action adventure, and shooter in terms of genre. And I'm not exactly sure who Gex would appeal to in this day and age. I mean, it looked like something that could appeal more to kids and a family friendly audience than it would adults for the most part because the landscape of gaming is different and you have all these big franchises, whether it be Halo or Call of Duty or Grand Theft Auto or what have you, all these big franchises that people are willing to invest in that get more mainstream attention than the Gex series ever got. And I feel like if Gex was a Sony creation back in the day, it probably would have been more popular than it was back in the '90s. But at the same time, as the 2000s progressed, it probably would have eventually have declined in popularity over time. But I'm pretty sure, like in this day and age, a lot of people who grew up in the '90s probably forgot about Gex, and just the fact that this game is going, or not the game, but just the fact that the trilogy is going to be remade and re-released in the future for multiple game consoles is actually surprising because it's something that no one really saw coming. But at the same time, people have been waiting forever for like these three games to be remastered or remade or what have you. The thing is, we have no idea when it's going to be released. A lot of people are speculating 2024, and my guess is that it's probably going to come out sometime in 2024 as well. Um, I'm not going to say it's going to come out this year because I haven't seen any gameplay footage or anything like that for um, the three Gex games. In fact, the trailer I saw was just it's just like a reveal trailer. There was no gameplay footage or anything like that. So as far as what to expect, if, in terms of like features and graphics and all that stuff, we're still in the dark about that. But I'm pretty sure it's something that we're going to learn more about sometime during the first half of 2024.